Waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. You probably think it's just old age, but after 50, it could be your body's quiet signal of a hidden deficiency. And it's not your fault. We've all been told this is normal. But the truth is, your body is missing the fuel it needs for deep sleep, and that's what leads to insomnia. In this video, I'll show you the 7 key deficiencies that are stealing your sleep. Before we begin, if you're comfortable, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to get helpful tips more easily. Thank you. Deficiency number 7. Potassium, your body's electrical stabilizer. We often think of potassium in relation to bananas and preventing muscle cramps during exercise. But its role in our health, especially our sleep, is far more profound. Think of potassium as the master electrician for your entire body. Its primary job is to help maintain the proper electrical gradient in your cells. How does it work? It regulates the flow of fluids and minerals in and out of your cells, which is fundamental for nerve signaling and muscle contractions. When your nerves and muscles are working correctly, they can send signals of relaxation. But when potassium is low, this entire system can get thrown off balance. This is especially critical during the night. For you to achieve deep restorative sleep, your muscles need to fully relax. A potassium deficiency can lead to what's known as nocturnal leg cramps. Sudden, painful muscle contractions that can jolt you awake. It can also contribute to a more general feeling of restlessness, where you feel you just can't get comfortable. That's your nervous system essentially misfiring due to an improper electrical balance. The signal to relax isn't getting through clearly, and this isn't just a theory. While large-scale studies on potassium and sleep are ongoing, a study published in the journal Sleep found a significant link between diet and sleep quality. Diets rich in potassium were associated with more efficient sleep and fewer awakenings during the night. The researchers noted that potassium helps regulate blood pressure and heart rhythm, both of which need to be stable for deep sleep. So, how can you make sure you get enough? It's not about huge doses, but steady intake each day from simple foods. Think of it this way. Add 1 potassium-rich food to your evening meal. That could be a baked potato, a banana, a cup of greens, yogurt, or even some fish. Just 1 is enough to calm your body and prepare it for better sleep. What's your favorite food that helps you relax at night? Share it in the comments below. Deficiency number 6, calcium, your brain's sleep inducer. When you hear calcium, you almost certainly think of bone health. Strong bones, healthy teeth, that's what we've been told for decades. But calcium has a secret, second life as a crucial sleep regulator. While potassium manages the body's electrical system, calcium works directly inside the brain to help you not just fall asleep, but more importantly, stay asleep. It's particularly linked to the cycles of our sleep. The secret lies in its relationship with 2 key players in our sleep story, the amino acid tryptophan and the hormone melatonin. Here's how it works. Your brain uses calcium to help convert tryptophan into melatonin, which is famously known as the sleep hormone. Melatonin is what governs your sleep-wake cycle, also known as your circadian rhythm. It signals to your body that it's time to power down for the night. If you have enough calcium, this process runs smoothly, and you produce a healthy amount of melatonin, allowing you to drift into the deeper stages of sleep, like REM sleep. However, if your calcium levels are low, this conversion process is impaired. Your brain can't produce the melatonin it needs, which often leads to a specific problem: waking up in the middle of the night and finding it impossible to fall back asleep. You might fall asleep just fine, but your sleep is shallow and easily disturbed. The scientific proof for this is quite compelling. A 2018 study from the Journal of Sleep Research highlighted that calcium levels in the body are at their highest during our deepest stages of sleep. The study concluded that a disturbance in calcium metabolism could directly interfere with the ability to maintain these deep sleep cycles. In essence, a deficiency can prevent you from reaching the most restorative parts of your sleep. To get enough calcium, focus on simple foods. After 50, aim for about 1-200 milligrams a day. A small bowl of yogurt, a glass of milk, or even a fortified plant milk in the evening can help your body rest better. Add one of these to your nightly routine to support stronger bones and calmer sleep. Deficiency number 5, iron, your guardian against restlessness. Now, we come to a deficiency that can manifest in one of the most frustrating, sleep-disrupting conditions imaginable. It's iron. We typically associate iron with energy levels and anemia, but its link to sleep quality is profound, especially for those who feel an uncontrollable urge to move their legs at night. I want to tell you about a woman named Carol, a retired teacher in her late 60s. For years, she struggled with what she called the nightly jitters. As soon as she would lie down to sleep, her legs would come alive with a creepy, crawly sensation. It was an overwhelming, irresistible urge to move them, to kick, to stretch, just to get a moment of relief. Her doctor had told her it was likely just old age or poor circulation. She felt dismissed and hopeless. Night after night, she would be up walking around her living room at 3 a.m. just to calm her legs down. Then, she stumbled upon an article about restless leg syndrome, or RLS, and its surprising connection to iron levels. It turns out, iron plays a vital role in the production of dopamine, a neurotransmitter in the brain that helps control muscle movement. When iron levels are low, dopamine signaling becomes erratic, especially in the evening when the body is at rest. This can trigger the uncomfortable sensations of RLS. The key isn't just the iron in your blood, but the iron stored in your brain, which is measured by a protein called ferritin. Driven by this new information, Carol went back to her doctor and specifically asked for a ferritin level test. Her results came back surprisingly low, even though her standard iron test was borderline normal. This was the missing piece of the puzzle. Her doctor, now understanding the connection, recommended a carefully monitored iron supplement along with vitamin C to boost absorption. Within a few weeks, Carol noticed a dramatic change. The nightly jitters began to fade. First, they were less intense. Then, they started skipping nights. After 2 months of consistent supplementation, they were gone. For the first time in nearly a decade, she could lie down and feel her legs remain still and calm. She wasn't just getting more sleep. She was getting deep, uninterrupted rest, and she felt like she had her life back. She couldn't believe that this years-long struggle was not a sign of inevitable decline, but a simple nutrient deficiency she could actually fix. A study in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine confirmed this link, finding that a significant percentage of patients with RLS had low ferritin levels and that iron therapy provided substantial relief. If you experience these symptoms, it's crucial to get your ferritin levels checked by a doctor. Self-supplementing with iron can be dangerous, as too much is toxic. For dietary sources, lean red meat, poultry, and fish are excellent. Plant-based sources include lentils, beans, spinach, and fortified cereals, but they are best consumed with a source of vitamin C, like a squeeze of lemon or a side of bell peppers, to enhance absorption. Have you or someone you know ever dealt with that creepy crawly feeling in your legs at night? Please share your experience in the comments. It could help someone else feel understood. Deficiency number 4, omega-3, fatty acids, your inflammation, soothers. Omega-3s are famous for their heart and brain benefits, but they are also unsung heroes of sleep. Their power lies in their ability to combat one of the silent enemies of deep rest, chronic inflammation. As we age, our bodies can enter a state of low-grade persistent inflammation, which can disrupt countless bodily processes, including the regulation of sleep. The mechanism is twofold. First, omega-3s, particularly DHA and EPA, help regulate the production of hormones and neurotransmitters involved in sleep. One of the key things they do is support the healthy function of the pineal gland, which is responsible for producing melatonin. Think of it like this: inflammation creates noise in your system, and omega-3s help to quiet that noise, allowing your natural sleep signals to be heard loud and clear. Second, omega-3s can directly impact sleep quality by reducing anxiety and regulating cortisol, the stress hormone. High cortisol levels at night are a recipe for waking up with a racing heart and an active mind. By lowering inflammation, omega-3s help to keep your stress response in check, paving the way for a calmer transition into sleep. A 2014 study conducted at the University of Oxford found that children who supplemented with omega-3s got nearly an hour of extra sleep per night and had 7 fewer waking episodes compared to the placebo group. While this study was on children, the fundamental biological mechanisms apply to adults as well, showing the direct impact of these fatty acids on sleep architecture. Getting enough omega-3s is all about choosing the right foods. The best sources are fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, herring, and sardines. Aim for at least 2 servings per week. If you're not a fan of fish, plant-based sources include flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. However, the conversion of plant-based omega-3s, ALA, to the more beneficial DHA and EPA is not very efficient in the body. For this reason, many people, especially those who don't eat fish, may benefit from a high-quality fish oil or an algae-based omega-3 supplement. Always look for one that specifies the amount of EPA and DHA on the label. What is your favorite way to include healthy fats in your diet? Do you prefer salmon, avocados, or something else? Let us know. Deficiency number 3. Vitamin D, your master sleep clock regulator. Vitamin D is often called the sunshine vitamin, and for good reason. Our bodies produce it when our skin is exposed to sunlight. We know it's essential for bone health and immune function, but groundbreaking research is now revealing it as a master regulator of our internal sleep clock. The reason vitamin D is so powerful is that there are vitamin D receptors in virtually every cell in our body, including the areas of the brain that control sleep. These areas include the hypothalamus, which houses our master circadian clock. This vitamin helps to switch on the genes that control our 24-hour sleep-wake cycle. When you have sufficient vitamin D levels, your body is better able to follow its natural rhythm. It understands when to be awake and alert during the day and when to wind down and prepare for sleep at night. A deficiency, however, can throw this entire clock out of whack. It can lead to sleep that is fragmented, less restorative, and shorter in duration. You might feel tired all day, but wired at night, a classic sign that your circadian rhythm is dysregulated. The scientific evidence is very strong here. A massive review of studies published in the journal Nutrients in 2018 analyzed data from thousands of people and found a significant correlation between low vitamin D levels and poor sleep quality, including shorter sleep duration and more nighttime awakenings. The lower the vitamin D, the worse the sleep. The problem is that as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sun exposure, and we may spend more time indoors, making deficiency extremely common among older adults. It's very difficult to get enough vitamin D from food alone. While some foods like fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified milk contain it, the amounts are often not enough to correct a deficiency. This is one of the few nutrients where sensible sun exposure and supplementation are often necessary. The best first step is to ask your doctor for a blood test to check your levels. Based on the results, they can recommend the appropriate dosage for a vitamin D3 supplement. For many, a daily dose of 1,000 to 2,000 international units is a good maintenance dose, but correcting a deficiency may require more under medical supervision. Do you try to get some sunlight every day? Share your favorite outdoor activity in the comments. Deficiency number 2, vitamin B6, your brain's calming agent. This next one is for anyone who goes to bed with a mind that just won't shut off. You lie down, and suddenly, every worry, every to-do list item, every random thought from the day starts racing through your head. This isn't just a psychological issue. It can be deeply rooted in your biochemistry, specifically in a deficiency of vitamin B6. Let me tell you about John, a 62-year-old accountant who was convinced his terrible sleep was just due to the stress of his job. He'd fall asleep exhausted, only to wake up at 2 a.m. with his mind buzzing with anxiety about deadlines and spreadsheets. He tried meditation, reading, everything, but the mental chatter was relentless. He felt perpetually on edge, both day and night. John had mentioned his anxiety to his doctor, who had suggested therapy, but John felt there was something more physical going on. During his own research into natural anxiety remedies, he kept seeing mentions of B vitamins, particularly B6. He learned that vitamin B6 is a critical cofactor in the synthesis of several key neurotransmitters. Think of it as a key helper on an assembly line. Without it, the line shuts down. Specifically, vitamin B6 is essential for converting the amino acid tryptophan into serotonin, our feel-good neurotransmitter that promotes feelings of well-being and calm. Even more importantly for sleep, it helps produce GABA, which is our brain's primary inhibitory neurotransmitter. GABA's job is to put the brakes on brain activity, to quiet the noise. A lack of B6 means you're not producing enough of these calming chemicals. It's like trying to sleep in a room with all the lights on and the radio blasting. Intrigued, John decided to try a high-quality B-complex supplement, which includes B6 along with its other B vitamin partners. He didn't expect a miracle, but after about 10 days, he noticed something subtle. The intense edge of his anxiety during the day seemed to soften, but the real change came at night. He would still wake up, but instead of his mind instantly launching into a panic, it felt quieter. He was able to take a deep breath and drift back to sleep. After a month, he was sleeping through the night on most nights. The change was so profound, he finally felt in control of his own mind again. He realized his anxiety wasn't just in his head. It was a sign his brain was starved of a nutrient it needed to find its own calm. A 2018 study in the Journal of Sleep Medicine found that B-complex vitamins, including B6, were effective in improving sleep quality and reducing nighttime awakenings, especially in older adults. Excellent food sources of vitamin B6 include chickpeas, which are one of the best sources, as well as tuna, salmon, chicken breast, and potatoes. However, B6 is a water-soluble vitamin, meaning your body doesn't store it, so you need a consistent daily supply. If you suspect a deficiency, especially if you have high levels of stress, a B-complex supplement might be beneficial, but it's always wise to discuss it with your healthcare provider first. Deficiency number 1, magnesium, the ultimate relaxation mineral. We have arrived at number 1. If there is a single nutrient that could be considered the king of sleep, it is magnesium. It is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, and many of them are directly related to helping you fall asleep and stay asleep. A deficiency in this mineral can disrupt your sleep in multiple ways, making it the most likely culprit for many who wake up in the middle of the night. So, how does it work its magic? First, magnesium plays a central role in regulating your body's stress response system. It helps to control the levels of the stress hormone cortisol. When you're deficient in magnesium, your nervous system can become overactive, leaving you in a constant state of fight or flight. This makes it nearly impossible to relax enough to get deep sleep. Second, just like vitamin B6, magnesium is crucial for the proper functioning of GABA receptors in your brain. As we discussed, GABA is the neurotransmitter that calms down nerve activity. Magnesium binds to and stimulates these GABA receptors, which is why it has an effect similar to a dimmer switch for your brain. It quiets the noise, slows down your thoughts, and allows you to drift off. Third, magnesium is essential for muscle relaxation. While potassium helps with the electrical signals, magnesium acts as a physical blocker for calcium at a cellular level, which allows your muscles to release and relax. Without enough magnesium, your muscles can stay tense and tight, contributing to restlessness and cramps. And finally, here is the mega hook we talked about at the beginning, its connection to heart health. Magnesium is critical for maintaining a steady, healthy heart rhythm. Many people who wake up suddenly at night experience heart palpitations or a racing pulse, which can be a sign of magnesium deficiency. By ensuring you have enough magnesium, you are not only helping your sleep, but you are also supporting one of the most vital organs in your body. A double-blind, placebo-controlled study published in the Journal of Research and Medical Sciences, involving elderly participants with insomnia, found that magnesium supplementation significantly improved sleep time, sleep efficiency, and levels of melatonin. They fell asleep faster and woke up less. The problem is that soil depletion and food processing have made it harder to get enough magnesium from our diet. Fantastic food sources include dark leafy greens like spinach, nuts and seeds like almonds and pumpkin seeds, avocados, and dark chocolate. For supplementation, forms like magnesium glycinate or magnesium L-threonate are highly absorbable and less likely to cause digestive issues than other forms. A typical dose is around 200 to 400 milligrams taken about an hour before bed. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This all involves food and supplements, but won't eating or drinking before bed just make me wake up to use the restroom? That is a completely valid concern, and you're right to be cautious. Don't worry, you can absolutely manage this with a few simple rules. Here are 4 golden rules to get these nutrients without disrupting your sleep. Number 1, timing is everything. Aim to have your last small, nutrient-dense snack or supplement at least 90 minutes before your head hits the pillow. Have your last main meal 2 to 3 hours before bed. This gives your body time to digest. Number 2, volume matters. We are not talking about a full meal. A handful of almonds for magnesium, a small glass of fortified milk for calcium, or your supplement with a small amount of water is all you need. Keep it small. Number 3, avoid diuretics at night. This is crucial. Caffeine and alcohol are well-known diuretics that will almost certainly cause you to wake up. Cut them off in the afternoon and evening. Number 4, stay hydrated during the day. If you drink plenty of water throughout the day, you won't feel the need to drink large amounts right before bed. Front-load your hydration. So today, we learned that waking up in the middle of the night isn't a life sentence. It's often a conversation. It's your body asking for the specific tools it needs to achieve the deep, healing sleep that you truly deserve. It's a signpost pointing you towards a solution, not an inevitable part of aging. I'm not asking you to overhaul your diet and start taking 7 new supplements overnight. That would be overwhelming. Instead, I invite you to take one small step. Just pick the one deficiency that resonated with you the most. Maybe it was the story about Carol's restless legs or John's racing mind. Think about that one. Do a little more research and perhaps discuss it with your doctor at your next visit. Just try focusing on that one thing for a few weeks and observe how you feel. Which deficiency surprised you the most to learn about? Please let me know your choice in the comments below. And if this video gave you a sense of hope, just type the word hope. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so we can continue this health journey together. Take care, may your nights be peaceful and your mornings full of energy. I'll see you in the next video.